the luxury and the jewels and the beauty of Libra season. The light and the pretty. We go from the vanity of Libra season to the purity of what we seek from life by venturing into the domain of death and those who seem to walk the world in between the two. It's a world full of temptation for the people that walk between the worlds, have access to both, and are therefore in a unique position to trade between dimensions. You will often find that Scorpios are very good at making a deal. Usually, the deal is one built on temptation. A promise of knowing the unknown. And the only way to know is to take what is offered and to go down into the depths. Once you get down there, you realize a few things. Aries. The promise of your flowers is gone. Cardinal fire will rise again. But for now, put away your crowns. No one is making any sense. And what was once foul is fair. And what was once fair is foul. And no one will say what they mean. And it will only hurt you. Try and remember that this is the season where people act least as they should. It is all subterfuge, smoke and mirrors. Taurus. The promise of spring and the pretty temporal gossamer wings of those that bring the first signs of life. They're gone. Now the darkness comes. Now we can no longer hide behind life. Gemini. Just another season to float between the worlds. But something happens in Scorpio season, doesn't it? We cannot be touched, we cannot be contained, and yet we choose to be held captive and possessed. Cancer. It's been a minute since the water was deep enough to swim in, deep enough to get lost in. You could get lost in the waters of your sadness. Your tears can drown you if you like. But it is also a time of creation and great abundance. Scorpio water wants to help you, always. Scorpio feels a kinship with you and protects you whenever it can. This season is the same. Let it walk with you and hold your hand. It will not let you falter, but you have to trust it. Be a Scorpio, just for a month. You know you have it in you. Leo. Well, the brightest of the bright has turned to the darkest of the dark. All the bright open spaces you love, filled with golden light, will now be replaced with firelight and some deep sense of fright. No one feels quite as uneasy during this season as you do, and with good reason. It is true that the lion is the king in the realm of the living. But when death comes, everyone goes back in the same box. And Scorpio owns the box. Like a cat in a cage, you may feel the need to lash out. Don't. It won't help. Hold your breath, and someone with arrows will come save you soon. Virgo. No one has been quite doing what they should since your season. Just look at the mess Libras have been making. And now, it gets messy in a way you've never understood. Why risk everything on a feeling? Why risk achievement, accomplishment, wealth on a temper? Why take someone or something so beautiful and make it so dangerous? Why not fit in and dominate? Why choose to stand out and alienate? This season will treat you the same way and you will not like it. Your way of thinking doesn't work in Scorpio season, and they love that, and you hate it. I would tell you to grin and bear it, but you won't. I would tell you to hold your breath, but you won't. So just lean into it. Get married, have a kid. Get divorced, run away. Come out of the closet or go in one. Something has got to give. And when everyone else is running around being crazy, Virgo gets a pass. No one's looking. For the first time all year, do what you want. Libra. I meant what I said about the jewels, you know. You are a bright, beautiful treasure, so full of life, and yet so dangerous and menacing in the wrong hands, so easily used as the exact wrong kind of temptation. Often, Libras feel the need to completely give in to Scorpio season and let their most perverse nature show. They allow themselves to be used and, in most cases, abused. Although there is a high degree of masochism in it. Again, I would tell you to be careful. But I think if there is one sign that is truly enamored and seduced by the Scorpio mystique, it is the beautiful shining jewel that is Libra. Because it likes to be adored. And nothing adores like a Scorpio. Scorpio. Finally. At least for one night a year, everybody acts like themselves. You see how excited they get to be themselves? But you get a bad rap for being that every day. You see how people turn into idiots? The one night a year, they're allowed to just be honest about who they are. Watch them for the next 30 days. Just watch them. Watch them show you exactly who they are. Watch them give themselves away. Watch them betray your confidence, but also their best interests. Be mindful that the true and the real will show up for you and stay. It's going to be a really good season. But when these people start to show you who they really are, they have a tendency to be quite obnoxious about it. Forgive them. They're so boring the rest of the year. You go around all the nonsense. You go gather up the magic while no one's looking. Go take what you need. Sagittarius. One more season, and the sun comes to visit. Everything is illuminated, and the mutable fire that will carry us back to life is lit once again from the source. The prep of that temple is extreme. Purge. Clean. Get everything in order. And then celebrate and wait and watch everyone who's not quite as old as you run around like fools and be reactive and be combative and be childish. You can be that too if you want. But in a few months, what you do now will make all the difference. Don't react. Don't fight. Work while no one else is paying attention. Rest when everyone else is trying to catch up. Live in the future in Scorpio season, and you will live in the future for the rest of the year. Capricorn. So much has been put into perspective. So much that you thought was a sure thing has become as if it never was. Too many times has Capricorn thought that they would never trust again, only to trust and have their heart broken. Too many times has Capricorn broken their own rules and paid the price. Too many times has Capricorn felt like the secret, foolish romantic, hurt constantly by their own mistakes. You can't work yourself out of where you are. You must only be and wait. You can't beautify yourself out of where you are. You must be and wait. In a few months, things will fall into place in a way that you may never feel again. But until then, you must wait. And also, don't strangle anybody just because they're doing this. Not everybody knows what it's like to go deeper than death. Let them have their fun and wait. Aquarius. air in the room is sealed. We're watertight now. A submarine that won't come up again for at least a few months. And where are we taking this cardinal air, this deep breath? All the way down. Down to a place where nothing makes sense. Down to a place that you would try to reason yourself out of, but there's no reasoning with obsession. And so often Aquarians just give into it. You are very similar to Scorpios, only in that you can be so committed to the wrong ideas. Be careful how you move and what you say. Be careful not to give yourself away. Be careful with your ability to manifest, and be careful with the words you say out loud. This magic likes to do what you want. Be careful with that power. Pisces. Fixed water. The ocean is vast and yet so much deeper than we can imagine. If you imagine the depth of the depth of the depth of that, where almost nothing can live, you will still find something that survives. That pure survival instinct is Scorpio energy. And you are able to thrive because it protects you when the time is right. If you feel soft and protected and free, lean into that. If you feel anxious because you don't know whether your love is real or your direction is real, let the season guide you. The signs will be everywhere and you love the signs. Follow them, see them, honor them, respect them. Scorpio season speaks to you, Pisces. Listen. For the next 30 days, the veil between the worlds is thin. Be careful what you think. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you watch. And be careful where you stay. Be careful who you eat from. And be careful with whom you lay. It is quite an interesting time, Scorpio season. And if you let it, it'll teach you everything. But don't be tempted. It's a trick. I love you.